Ferrari makes billions of dollars every year by, actively refusing to build enough cars to meet demand. But how does the undisputed master of mechanical combustion survive in a silent battery-powered future?
It's a huge question.
Welcome to your custom deep dive. Today, our mission is to figure out exactly how Maranello is stepping into the electric vehicle era with their 2026 lineup. We're exploring that passionate, undeniable magic of Italian engineering and how they do this without losing that legendary soul.
Yeah, and to really understand their EV strategy, you first have to look at their bank account.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Looking at the 2025 financials, Ferrari hit 7.15 billion euros in revenue with a 38.8% EBITDA margin.
Wow.
To chip away the accounting jargon, that basically means for every dollar they make, they keep nearly 40 cents of pure operational profit.
Wait, keeping nearly 40 cents of every dollar.
Exactly.
That doesn't sound like a car company at all, does it? That operates much more like an elite Italian fashion house, like think LVMH or Hermes.
Oh, absolutely.
It's that principle of controlled scarcity. They always build exactly one car less than the market demands. You aren't just buying transportation, you're buying a tailored masterpiece.
Precisely. And because CEO Benedetto Vigna has that massive financial safety net, he doesn't have to panic.
Right.
He doesn't have to force a sudden 100% transition to electric vehicles just to appease the market. He has the luxury of product freedom. So Ferrari is using a multi-path strategy.
Meaning they're just adding the 2026 EV to their lineup.
Yes, adding it while deliberately keeping their roaring combustion engines alive using carbon-neutral e-fuels.
I was actually wondering about that, like how they plan to keep those massive engines legal.
Well, e-fuels essentially capture carbon from the atmosphere to make synthetic gas.
Oh, so running the combustion engine doesn't add any new carbon to the environment.
Exactly. It creates a closed carbon loop.
Yeah.
And keeping that traditional engine alive buys them the time they need to solve the biggest problem with their new pure EV.
Giving it a soul.
Right. Which brings us to the EV itself. They're calling it the Luce, which translates to light symbolizing a bold look forward.
And they even brought in tech design legends like Joni Ive for this, right?
They did, yeah.
But I have to play the skeptic here. I mean, an electric vehicle is inherently heavy because of the batteries and completely silent.
Yeah, that's the hurdle.
How can that possibly possess the aggressive, roaring feel of a true Ferrari?
Well, that is the core challenge they call the science of sensations. Let's tackle the weight first.
Okay.
In most EVs, you just bolt a massive heavy battery pack to the floor pan, like a skateboard.
Right, the standard EV skateboard chassis.
Yeah, but Ferrari instead integrated the battery directly into the 800-volt chassis. The battery casing literally forms the physical skeleton of the car.
Wait, really?
It carries the physical load, which strips out hundreds of pounds of excess metal and keeps the entire car under 2 tons.
Oh, so the battery isn't just dead weight riding along, it's actually holding the car together. That's clever. But a 2-ton car is still heavy for a sports car.
It is, which is why they use 4 independent electric motors to provide precise torque vectoring.
Meaning what, exactly?
Instead of one engine turning an axle, independent motors send varying amounts of power to individual wheels in milliseconds.
Oh, I see.
It literally pushes and pulls the car through a corner, completely masking the mass of the vehicle during quick direction changes.
So they solved the handling. But what about the sound? I mean, you can't just slap a Bluetooth speaker under the bumper, play V12 engine noises, and call it a Ferrari.
No, definitely no fake speaker noises here. Ferrari patented a system using physical pickups, very similar to what you would find on an electric guitar.
Wait, an electric guitar?
Yeah, these pickups capture and amplify the actual raw mechanical vibrations of their electrical components.
That makes perfect sense. It takes a physical vibration from the string, or, well, in this case, the motor, and turns it into an acoustic profile.
And these aren't standard motors either. They are built entirely in-house using Formula One technology, spinning at an astonishing 30,000 RPMs.
Wow.
So the sound you hear isn't a recording, it's real mechanical harmony. They even took it a step further with the feel of the drive. They engineered a patented torque shift system.
What does that do?
It physically interrupts the power delivery to mimic the sudden jolt you feel during traditional gear changes.
Oh, so you actually feel that kick in the back when you accelerate, just like a mechanical transmission.
Exactly. And from the notes, they avoided that sterile smartphone on wheels aesthetic inside the cabin, too.
Right, I see here they use tactile laser-cut glass controls instead of just giant touchscreens.
It proves that the shift to electric doesn't mean sacrificing driving emotion. For Maranello, this new electric architecture is simply a brand new canvas for their artistry.
It really speaks to the sheer brilliance of Italian engineering, just adapting to the future without compromising the passion that makes them special. Which leaves you with an interesting question to consider today. If something as fundamentally quiet and clinical as an electric motor can be meticulously engineered to have a soul, what other purely functional technology in your daily life could be completely redesigned to spark pure human emotion? Thank you so much for taking the time to join us on today's deep dive. We'll catch you on the next one.